Hello and welcome to the Pirate King Plays Final Fantasy XVI! Where last we left our heroes, we made it to the final Mother Crystal just about, and before we actually got there, we got pulled in, Joshua and Clive, and Torgal, who jumped in after us, got pulled into a separate dimension, where we found out the truth about Ultima, from Ultima, and then fought him and kicked his fucking ass. I might have lost the fight once. But yeah, then he kind of laughed and said, "Yeah, no, you're doing a bit much there. I'm done with this world, so I'm gonna create a giant sky crystal and fuck it up." So, that's a very bad explanation. But yeah, it was absolutely epic last time. Now, assuming, yeah, we have to talk to Otto before anything as well, so hear this first.
Back again? What is it that you wish to learn?
Okay. God, question mark? Alright, loot is done for. Oh look, in love. How nice. Rescues. Oh yeah, no, it was an absolute fantastic rescue. They really did put everyone on here, didn't they? Oh right, Theodore, we saw him die. Ah, the Undying. Is it just these two right now? Yota and Cyril. Oh, Alliance. Cool.
Here you are.
Yeah, the fall of Drake's spine. There are no more Mother Crystals. They are done.
Very good.
Good indeed. Alright, cool. Otto! Continue the story for us, will you? Come on, he was selected.
Still alive, I see. Something tells me that eyesore on the horizon is your doing.
Ultima's
How'd you manage that?
It's a long story. One that I'd rather only tell once.
Yeah, so let's gather everyone up.
All hands on deck, then.
Also, yeah, we have a new sword now, which is technically an upgraded basic sword, which was somehow better than Ragnarok. Sure. Ooh, yeah, we got everyone on deck here.
Is this everyone?
All named characters.
As I'm sure you've all guessed, the crystal which now commands the eastern skies was summoned by Ultima. He called it Origin. Though the significance of that name is as yet unclear.
What does it matter what it's called? Its emergence tore Twinside asunder.
It was
and wiped my
Twinside.
homeland from the map.
Twinside was built on top of what I'm assuming to be a fallen spaceship.
Mention of the Dominion spires can be found in the oldest of Valisthian records. But to the best of my knowledge, none provide any hint as to their true nature. That they would prove the horns of some slumbering demon. Well,
That's one way
The
to
Dominion's demise was at least quick. Elsewhere, the Republican army cannot hope to contain the chaos engulfing Randalar. Canva is in flames, and the Empire.
Our allies are crying out for answers. I've sent the curse breakers to give them what assurances we can, but right now that amounts to fuck all.
They wouldn't be able to stop what the skies have started in any case. People here and across the realm grow sicker with every passing day.
Could it be that this new Mother Crystal is like the others? That it draws upon the land's ether? It certainly looked that way from stone here.
If that were true, it would explain the hastening spread of the blight since the crystal's appearance. Would it not?
And as the land's ether slowly rises to the surface, pools, corrupting all who cannot channel its energies. Archaea above, ether floods below, and in the middle, here we languish, hopelessly entrapped.
It's all right. When we faced him at Stone here, Ultima told us his true power quickens in the halls of origin. Needless to say, we cannot allow that to continue. If we are to stop him, we will have to find a way into the crystal.
How are we going to manage that then? It's up in the sky. And fast as she is, the Enterprise can't fly.
You ever try pointing those mithril engines down?
It's a lot to take in, and I reckon we'd all benefit from some time to clear our heads. The answer will come to us. Don't you worry. Ain't that right, Clive?
Right. That's right.
Well, go on then. Bugger off. Same goes for you, Clive. You won't solve anything like this. Trust me. Go and get some fresh air, eh?
Thank you.
Let me guess. Now?
Joshua seemed upset.
Is when all the side quests pop up? No? Gotta talk to Joshua first? Yeah. Yeah, Dion didn't move. That's what I got.
Unless you've taught our chocobos how to fly, I won't be scouting this one for you, Clive. You're on your own, but not alone.
There is much to consider.
What does our bard have for us?
Enthroned in sable skies, chaos in worlds.
Can do better.
From
there's more.
diverse hands a dawn is spun in crimson sin unfurls.
Yeah, you can do better than that.
Ultima may have created us, but he doesn't make us who we are. Only we can do that. And if he would have us fight for our survival, so be it. It's what we've been doing all along.
Much like Ultima himself, it would seem. His new world being naught but a means to survive. And so, we must contend to decide which of us shall inherit the land. Should Ultima prevail, it will mean death for us all. Of that, we can be certain. But even should he fail, what world awaits us? A withered, godless place, where our newfound freedom will most like prove a chain in itself.
Well, that may be. But a chain can always be broken. As long as one has the will to break it, it won't be easy. It may take generations. centuries of suffering. And that is, if everyone plays their part. But it will happen. And when it does, it will be on our terms. That is the world that awaits us.
Indeed. And what better world could one wish for?
But first, we have to reach that crystal.
Then it's a good thing I have wings.
You can barely stand, let alone fly. And only the Founder knows what horrors await in those skies. Are you certain about this?
We also have Dion.
Am I certain?
Bahamut can fly too.
I am the Phoenix. I will do what I must. This is our fight. Remember?
All right. I yield. But only what you must, yes? I'm still your sworn shield.
That you are.
And what of my wings?
There we go. I was gonna say, you're not the only one who can fly here.
Lest you forget, you go to stand against a god.
Hell, Jill can fly
I
too.
would not have you succumb to fatigue before the fight begins. Ifrit, your brother mentioned that some few of the dominants who had lost their power to you were still able to prime. Is that true?
It is. But their icons no longer submitted to their will.
Wait, really?
Then mine will have to be stronger. That you both might save your strength for the battle to come.
You don't have to do this.
If you do, there's a chance you might lose all you have left.
Hold on. The dominants who primed after he took their power would be Garuda and Titan. Both of which had already gone insane before they primed into an insane icon. That Garuda primed in response to bandits taking out her men and nearly grabbing her to be sold as a slave, I would assume. Which was a whole flashback thing, and her mind broke before she primed. So yeah, Garuda went crazy. Titan, he was already both insane with grief and loss over Garuda, and the fact that we cut off his hands, and he still needed to kill us. So he was driven insane, kind of by Ultima, who directed it. Actually, no, by Sleipnir, who directed him toward the Mother Crystal, which he absorbed the ether from that and went haywire. Those are the only two who primed after we took their power. They were already insane. Also, why are these new? Oh, yeah, that's a big old different description. Ultima, one of a race of ancient godlike beings, it was their creation of magic that led to the rise and spread of the Blight. The few survivors of their race fleeing to the unspoilt land of Valisthea to attempt to remake the world. For this, they created the Mother Crystals to harvest huge amounts of ether, and sowed the seeds of humanity, that it might one day produce a vessel strong enough to channel it. That the humans would one day develop wills of their own they did not foresee. Origin, a vast structure that lay dormant beneath the crystalline dominion for countless centuries. When Ultima's scheme reached its final stages, it was summoned from the depths, sowing untold destruction, leaving bleak black skies in its wake. It eerily resembles a Mother Crystal. But yeah, I think he'll still be in control of Bahamut if he primes now, because he is of the right mind.
And what have I but regret? My life ended in the Dominion.
I fear death no more. Besides,
Don't you still have a partner?
I would have words with Ultima.
Okay, that's fair.
He has much to answer for.
We are in your debt, Dion.
We can speak of debts when this is over.
Ah, to live debt-free.
He speaks like a man who knows he's not coming back. And has come to terms with that.
That doesn't mean that we have to, does it, Clive?
Time to talk to Jill. I only hope she understands.
Take as much time as you need, brother. Something tells me Ultima will wait.
So I had a thought the other day. I've mentioned before that I'd really like to cosplay as a It's just a really good outfit. And he has the same beard I do.
Say your farewells, and let us be gone.
But I had a thought the other day. My brother could be Joshua. Just like I already have dark hair, like Clive. Brother's blonde.
Clive. How may I help you today? Here you are.
Oh no, she's in my room. I thought I was going to the infirmary. I mistranslated the map in my head. Right way the first time.
There's something about it.
Come to wish on a star.
That might not be such a bad idea. This is it, Jill. You know what I have to do. Why I have to do it. There's no turning back now. This is where our journey was leading us. Where it will end, for better or worse.
I could pray to Metia for you. But you'll be all right, won't you, Clive? You always are.
I did promise we'd watch the moon together.
I'll be waiting.
Are you not joining us? Is she just not a party member anymore?
It's almost time. Better make sure I haven't forgotten anything.
Yep, that's exactly what he would say. Because misses, which also have missions. Look at that! Look at all that green! Look at all that green. And there's stuff in other places too. We are going to be grabbing so many quests before we leave. I wonder if I should prioritize any of them. I'll prioritize the ones that lead me to another place in the hideaway. Okay, there's two of them here. In case you haven't noticed, your poor hound spends all his time of late on the rear deck whimpering like Gav in his cups. Something ain't right, and my gut tells me it's not to do with his supply of antelope bones.
What is it this time, Torgal?
Reluctant as I am to add to your burdens, I would ask your aid in a personal matter, albeit one that may be beneficial to your cause. There exists ancient texts deemed so injurious to modern thought that mere possession is deemed a crime. It was a chance encounter with one such tome, from a distance that sparked within me the scholastic curiosity which burns to this very day. I wish to enlist your aid in reclaiming that text. Should it require further incentive, know that I am willing to offer compensation for services rendered.
Something tells me this is no mere adventure story.
Inconvenient truth. We'll grab this, then head to Torgal, grab these, and we head back this way to Vivian before grabbing these, I think. We got so much to do before going towards the main mission. Gab has a number of things to say.
You alright?
He'll probably have other things to say as well with quests, who knows.
About that.
If there's anything I can do to help you kill this Ultima bloke, you just say the word, eh? You could promise to take Sid's name off my hands. Wait, what? Clive, the fuck?
Aye.
Oi, don't even joke about that. Anyway, I thought you said you hadn't finished with it yet. I did, didn't I? Now, if you wanted to give me an even grander title, something to rival your Sid the Outlaw, that'd be a different story.
Let's see.
Gav the Magnificent, Gav the Almighty, Gav the Lionheart. Something along those lines. I'll leave that to you to decide. I'm sure you're more than capable of choosing the perfect moniker for Sid's right-hand man. Right-hand man? I'll take it.
You off then?
Never expecting to have to read for Clive. Byron! Oh, let's do this first then. You're all set on this plan of yours, then? I am. You never were one to shy away from a fight. Some might say it runs in the family. Ha! Your father would be proud.
Thank you, Uncle.
I know he'll be with us.
As for down here...
You may take comfort in the knowledge that the realm will be in my capable hands until your return. Indeed.
Clive, my boy! Rutherford informs me that we owe you our thanks. Hadn't intended for you to get involved, but such are the times we live in, huh?
I would have done the same for anyone else.
You're far too modest, Clive. You'd make a terrible nobleman.
Ha!
But tell me, is the realm truly in as dire a state as Rutherford suggests?
From what little I saw, you were right to be worried.
I suppose I should have expected the worst. But I was rather hoping the great and good of the realm might have things a little more under control. Alas, it seems that firm leadership is in short supply these days, and without it, the people are bound to lose their way. We must move quickly.
But where do we start?
True, the challenges that face us are many, but in my estimation, there are two key areas to be addressed before any other. The realm's armies and her larders. As you've seen firsthand, it's every man and woman for themselves out there. Certain cities have banded together to try and maintain some semblance of order, yes? But such cases are few and far between. And yet, the only remedy for the chaos that faces us is unity. A unity that transcends even the borders laid down by our ancestors. In short, if Storm does not stand together, she will fall apart.
But how would one even begin to unite the realm?
The armies, my boy. As I told you already, we begin by restoring order among the ranks of those sworn to maintain it. Sadly, I doubt I could convince even the lowliest gaggle of privates to dig a latrine together. But I do know someone the High Commanders have been known to listen to on occasion. Field Marshal Eugen Havel.
I thought he was retired.
He was, until an Akashic army tore through Randalar and killed most of the rank and file. There is no man alive more capable. Literally.
Yeah.
And as luck would have it, I've already spoken with him on the matter.
Of course you have.
And he's agreed to help. On one condition. That he first speaks with you personally. Havel has always been a man of frustratingly rigid principle, and he has certain qualms about clasping arms with, well, with an outlaw. I extolled your many virtues as best I could, of course, but the old goat was adamant that he be allowed to appraise you in person. You don't mind, do you, my boy?
Of course not. As long as chaos reigns, we will never build a better world. I'll do whatever it takes. And if the Field Marshal wishes to speak with me in person, then so be it.
That's the spirit.
I'll leave for Randalar at once. Would you send a Stolas?
Of course. Rutherford is already in the Dalmekian capital. I'll have him tell Havel to expect you forthwith.
Excellent. Thank you, Uncle.
No, thank you, Clive.
I'm assuming we're going to have to go somewhere. I'm not going to prioritize it here in the highway. And they're not just going to send me. Okay, good. Of course. We can't actually go into Randalar. It's not on the map. It's on the map, it's just not on the map.
Say what you will. Lady Karen has seen herself.
Yeah, Jim. Torgal.
Pining for something, boy. What is it? What do you see out there? I never did ask where you got that anklet of yours.
From
Wait, what?
Sid, that's why. On the day he brought him home.
That long ago?
And you're only thinking to ask this now? Sid saw that the pup had a habit of gnawing on his leg, since you ask. Clap that there iron on him to keep him from doing it.
What was wrong, boy?
I'll take like as not. Must have been hard on the poor whelp losing his loving masters at such a young age. Doubly hard in being a frost wolf, torn away from his icons and all. Sid would always tell him, you want that iron gone, you find what it is you're looking for. I reckon what he were looking for was you.
I'm sorry, Torgal. Sorry for making you wait so long. Let's get that thing off you.
Really? No, I think he likes it.
Doesn't sound like he wants it off.
Indeed. You miss Sid as much as the rest of us, don't you? You want me to go with you somewhere?
Trying to communicate with something that cannot speak,
Quick,
yet is
can't ya?
clearly intelligent.
Glad
It's
you've
always
been paying
fascinating.
attention.
Not nearly as much as you have, Lady Karen.
Aye, good thing and all. It's not like Gav would have kept him in nuts and rubbed his belly these past 10 summers.
Your kindness is appreciated. You've been a good friend to him.
Only because he doesn't talk back like the rest of you. Go on now.
Where to then, Torgal?
Where to indeed. Just follow Torgal. I was gonna go up this way and grab other things. Fuck. Alright. makes more sense to continue this.
All right, Torgal. Where are you taking me? I'm going to need a little bit more than that, boy.
Yeah.
Do you have a better hint for me? Unless you've already given me one. Back on the rear deck, you were looking west, toward Rosaria.
He wants to go home.
Why don't we try the rookery? I haven't been to the island in almost 20 years. To Port Isolde, then. Fingers crossed the old mooring is still there.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's no longer in here. Get other things first. Joshua, what do you got for me?
Ah, Clive.
Do this first.
This is it then, brother.
The last dance with Ultima awaits. The founder knows what awaits us up there.
Indeed.
Whatever we find, we shall overcome it. We're not due to disappoint our friends. They all believe in you, Clive. They would follow you to the ends of the earth if they could.
You're wrong.
My friends don't follow me. They spur me on. I couldn't have made it this far without them. Nor without you, Joshua. You gave me your blessing, made me your shield. Without you, I don't know how I would have even survived. Even when we were apart, you always were. I trust you'll be with me now until the end.
Of course.
Whatever that may be.
Joshua, what's
Not
wrong?
very good at their voices.
And don't say nothing.
Ah!
It's not nothing. I've received word from Cyril. The Undying have found Father's will, or something akin to it.
His will? How and where?
In the crypt beneath Rosalith Castle. After Kupka was kind enough to drive out the Imperials, the Undying took the opportunity to recover what relics of the Duchy yet remained. And in the process of doing so, they found a letter from Father.
I'm surprised anything survived down there.
Cyril asked that I join him in Tabor at my convenience. I have been meaning to go, but would you join me?
Of course.
Of course. I want to know what's in that letter as much as you do.
Very well. I am ready to leave when you are.
Where there's a will, there's a way. Party makeup's changed. Oh, I guess he joins me. After talking for that. Interesting.
Sid, do you have a moment?
By all means.
It's my old master. Seems there's no escaping her. She found some way to send me a letter. And something else. Records from a Waluda prison. Seems they were keeping a lot of bearers there.
How did she come by such a thing?
Finding bearers always was her strong point. And it seems the cells of Balmung Dark are full of them. Foreign captives, the masterless. Bearers no one would miss. And even better for her, bearers with no one to look after them. When ether started lapping at the walls, the jailers fled.
Leaving the bearers to be liberated by whoever happened to come along next.
Sid, I'd like to believe that I've earned your trust by now. And while I'm well aware that you've forbidden Cursebreakers from traveling to Waloed, I can't let those bearers die in their cells. I'd rather risk shipwreck on the Shadow Coast than leave them to starve.
We'll be needing the Enterprise if we're going to navigate the Narrow.
Does that mean...
I'm making an exception, but we travel together. And we stay no longer than we have to. Ash is an inhospitable place at the best of times. We save as many as we can, and we leave.
Thank you, Sid. There was a name in the prison register. A name from my past. Chadwick. Another of my former master's protégés. A gifted soldier, and the closest thing I had to family. The thought of him held captive in that place.
He must be very important to you.
He was. Is.
Then we find him.
The entrance to the prison lies in the shadow of Ravenwit walls, just beyond the portcullis. We should head there as quickly as we can. I only pray there are still bearers alive to save.
As do I, Doris.
But he's... There's so many quests to pick up. Have we spoken to Nazaire before? No.
Sid, I was wondering if you could help me.
It depends what with.
A bearer, but recently freed from his bonds, is keen to join the Cursebreakers. As you know, the work we do is not easy, which is why we test every volunteer's suitability. I was hoping you could oversee this one's evaluation.
I don't mind, but why this one?
Because he wants to be a scout. Our ranks are filled with men and women capable of breaking chains and putting slavers to the sword. But scouting, we're few with the nose for that, which is why we still rely so heavily on Gav. And since he accompanies you on so many of your missions, I thought you might be better placed to recognize the traits in him that we should look for in those who'd fill his boots.
Sounds reasonable.
So you're happy to oversee the boys' test, then?
One can never have too many scouts.
Truer words, Sid. I'll let the initiate know that you'll be attending his trial, and that he is to proceed directly to Northreach in readiness.
No time like the present, eh?
No time like the present. I'll await you there.
Trial and error. Look at this.
I don't suppose they could have chosen somewhere closer.
We look at the world map again. There's going to be so many green marks all over it. All right, Vivian, what did you write to me about?
Vivian, I read your note, and I'd be happy to help you find the book you're looking for.
Thank you, Clive. But tracking it down will not be easy. Are you sure?
Please. You have always granted me your wisdom and insight whenever I asked. It's only right that I return the favor. Or at least attempt to.
You are too kind. Alas, what I ask of you is rather more trying than delivering the odd lecture. I spoke with Harpocrates to see if he had any inkling as to where another copy might be found, but... But perhaps it is best that you hear the details from him.
If you say so.
Forgive me, Clive, for asking this of you. But this book, it set me on the path to becoming who I am today. Its importance cannot be overstated.
We're gonna grab these other two quests first.
What do you think happened to Miss Middledore? I heard she was kicked out of the university.
Only technically. University doesn't exist anymore.
Sid, you have to help us.
With what? You didn't take apart another of Mid's contraptions, did you?
No. Well, yes. But that's not what we want to talk to you about.
It's Miss Middledore. She's been acting strange. Very strange. She's barely ever around.
And when she is, she acts like we aren't even there. Her head's in a crowd.
In the clouds.
That's what I said. In the clouds.
Well, she does have a lot on her mind. When did you last see her?
Not long ago. Right after she got back from saving you from Stonear.
Then it's probably just about the Enterprise. It did take quite a battering on the way there and back.
You didn't break it, did you, Sid?
Oh no.
You really should be more careful around Miss Middledore's inventions.
It's really sturdy.
Don't listen to her. Even if you did break the Enterprise, you could put it back together, couldn't you?
But who's gonna put Miss Middledore back together? She seems really sad.
Why don't I go and see if I can cheer her up?
You do that? For us? She's in her dungeon.
Don't scare him. It's not a real dungeon.
Thanks for the warning.
It's still here. So down there anyway, because that's where the.
Mid, if you have a...
That's it! I knew it! The answer was right here under my arse all along! If this doesn't steer to the skies, nothing will!
To the skies? You aren't trying to give the Enterprise wings, are you?
What else would I be doing?
The children seem to think you're avoiding them. They're worried about you. Is this really so important that you need to shut yourself away from everyone?
The Enterprise is already the fastest ship in the realm, and that's with the sea beneath her. But what if she weren't bound to the waves? What if she weren't bound to anything at all? It's not fair. The gods get the skies all to themselves, so I'm gonna do something about it. The Fallen had their chance, but they relied too much on magic. And see where that got them? But not me. I've discovered how to do it without. Well, almost. First I need to make a prototype.
And is that a one-woman job?
Are you volunteering? I'll have you know the Enterprise is my baby. But if a godfather's offering to lend a hand, I'd be happy to take it.
Yeah, we'll take that. We'll take that.
First, I'll need oil. And not just some old drippings from Miss Molly's spits in the Tub and Crown. Refined stuff, like they make in Ordil. Then I'll need some bone, or shell. Light, strong, preferably no longer attached to the beast it belongs to.
If it's beast bones you're after, I'm sure the Cursebreakers will know where you might find some.
No, they'll know where you might find some. You're the one who offered to help, remember?
Okay.
I'll just speak with one of the Cursebreakers before I set off for Old Hill. See if I can't find this bone while I'm there as well.
Has Midadol mentioned a new project yet?
Oh yes, she's making an airship.
Miss Shirley says your books made quite an impression on the children.
Oh right, there's an upstairs.
Inspired them all to become writers themselves.
You put 3 layers in one section.
I will
doesn't
not
work.
let them be forgotten. Sid, may I have a moment?
Of course.
It is an honor to finally speak with you. My name is Herman. I've been with the Cursebreakers for some time now, and I wish to be deployed to Ash. Any assignment will do.
No. The lands across the Narrow are too dangerous. I will not send good men and women to risk their lives needlessly. Why would you want to go back?
I need to retrieve something. Something important. I was raised in an orphanage. The Badbach Conservatory. Or rather,
I thought that said Bad
I was
Batch
held
for a
captive there. It was not a place of nurture. It existed solely to turn bearer children into mindless weapons. We were tortured until we feared no pain. Tormented until our hearts turned to stone. And few ever survived long enough to become tools of the last king.
I can't imagine.
I lost so many. I can't even remember all their names. But they must be remembered. They cannot fade away, faceless and forgotten. The Institute was run with military precision. Every child measured, every name recorded, every death logged with meticulous care. Sid, allow me to travel to Ash and recover the registry so that my brothers and sisters might live on.
You were a good friend, Herman. but the fact remains that Ash is simply too dangerous.
Sid, please. Even should it cost me my life.
Too dangerous for you, Herman. But not for me. I'll go to Bad Bach and find the registry.
You will?
I won't let you risk your life.
I don't know how to thank you.
You can start by telling me where I'll find this orphanage.
Vida Grace. Hidden in a forest, overlooking the plains.
All right. I'll see what I can find there.
May the mothers guide you.
I guess they gave Waloed a bit of a German speak. Hadn't really made the connection to that accent. Right. Talk to the curse breakers, talk to our Hippocrates. And then we head out into the world.
All right, Sid. Come to buy us around, have you?
Only if you earn it. Mid needs a piece of light but durable bone for her next project. You've encountered your share of beasts on your travels across the realm. Any ideas?
Most bones are the same. Whack 'em hard enough and they'll break. If it's durability you're looking for, shell will serve you better.
Yeah, that we already knew.
You know what an adamantus is?
Yes,
I do. And I know to give them a wide berth.
We've beaten
What
up quite a few.
adamantus do?
Well, with shells, the older the harder. There's a rumour of an ancient adamantus down in Karava, near Old Bidza, or what's left of the village anyway. But don't expect to make quick work of the bastard. There's a reason it's lived as long as it has.
I'll keep that in mind. Thank you.
Okay. Stuff?
If you've got something to ask,
Yeah, that's what I thought.
ask.
Trust you to go and pick a fight with a bleeding god. Didn't sign up for all this excitement, you know.
No.
Sid did say the higher-ups wouldn't be too happy about us trying to change the world. Ah, you got me there. And it ain't as if I've anything better to do, so no more lip from me. But it's that lip that keeps us on our toes, Otto.
Is that right?
I better start looking for something else to moan about then, hadn't I? No one here, around here is bold enough to daft enough to say I'm fit for the knacker's yard. Sure as hell ain't getting any younger.
Might be time to take a step back.
Spread their wings. And Got's as bright as the inside of a barrel, but his heart's in the right place. His constant failures never seemed to dim his spirits either. Reckon the same might be said for me when I was his age.
But if it weren't for Sid,
Given me the room to fall, and a hand to help me up again, I never would have changed. It had been the Gots leading the Gots, Clive. Assume we've made it this far.
I'll be here if you need me.
Actually, I'm guessing about
Must
Oregon.
we away? My decision is made.
I shall carry you and your brother to Origin. With the Sage name, I live on in honor, not infamy. Even if I should not. Your Highness, you're not.
You said it yourself.
This is a journey from which I may not return. Yet I am resolved to go. Ultima took much from me. He needs to strip us all of what little we have left.
He must be stopped.
Whatever the cost.
He must.
Thank you, Your Highness. You are as over hasty as your brother. Save your thanks for when this is over.
I await your word.
mostly doing quests, but also notorious hunts if we can find them.
Ah, Clive, my boy. What a pleasure it
And
is
buying
to see
orchestrion rolls.
Hippocrates. There's something I need to ask you. I've been charged with locating a book called From a Distance.
Then you seek a rare gem indeed. One whose name I had not thought to hear from your lips. You've been talking to Vivian.
Right as always. But she didn't seem keen to tell me very much. I take it she didn't like what you had to say.
And yet I gather it did naught to dissuade her. Clive, if the young professor has tasked you with obtaining a copy, I fear she asks the impossible. The executors would not allow it.
The executors?
Coveters of Secrets. A clandestine organization committed to the collection and intenebration of forbidden texts and technologies. One such text being the tome Vivian seeks, chronicling as it does the true history of the enslavement of bearers.
Oh, shit.
A tale which could overturn the established order were it ever to become widely known. Or, so rumor has it. I've never actually read the thing, or even set eyes on it for that matter.
How is it that I haven't heard of this organization?
Why, secrecy is the executor's watchword. They lurk in the shadows, emerging only to seize that which must be seized, be it books, inventions, or people, before disappearing again, leaving nary a trace.
Which would explain why Vivian's copy was snatched from her grasp not long after she found it.
By the hand of the executors, yes.
But what drives them? Self-interest or ideology?
Fine question. Sadly, all that is known of the executors can be recounted in a single breath. You may just as soon ask me of their origins, numbers, or the identities of their leaders. Any answer I give would be pure speculation.
Then my hunt was doomed from the first. What was Vivian expecting? That I'd pluck it from thin air?
Not from thin air, no. From ash.
Oh?
Rumors of the executors are rife among the scholars of Storm, but rather less so across the strait. I have a friend. Well, I had a friend in the village of Garnick, a collector of rare tomes, upon which subject we would oft correspond. Alas, I have heard naught from him since the skies fell dark. And no doubt he, too, has turned. But, though he did not mention it by name, it is possible that a surviving copy of From a Distance yet rests upon one of his many shelves, quietly awaiting discovery. If you were, by some chance, able to save even a single book from the poor man's library, I know his soul would rest easier.
Very well. When I next find myself in Waloed, I'll be sure to pay Garnick a visit.
Okay. Leave. That is everything at the hideaway. That notification is on the Align reports, which would just send me out into the world anyway. Okay, thank you for giving me one of those that I can avoid it for as long as possible. Okay, so zoom out. There we go. Right. So we got stuff to collect in Waloed. We got stuff to collect in Rosaria. We got stuff to collect and new things in both Sambrek and Delphi. Let's go to Rosaria first, I think. This is for Torgal. And the high is the oil for mid. Surprised there's nothing over in Martha's Rest, but we did finish her thing. How is this still cut off? Fascinating. Something will bring us there. But yeah, let's do this first. And I'm already tracking to... do this first. Good. Joshua with us. It's just nice that I'm not alone. You mentioned an island. Are we going to that island right there? Torgal? Let's see what you want.
It's still here. After all these years. Lots smaller than I remember. And you're a lot bigger. You might have to swim, boy.
He's joking.
I wasn't being serious.
You two go on without me. I doubt that boat will hold a third.
If you're sure, we won't be long. Hop in, boy.
This little place outside of Rosaria that I had no idea what it was. I'm like, when are we going there?
This place hasn't changed at all. The rookery's right through those trees. Come on.
This tiny little bit out here.
Race you there? I bet I could still beat you.
Nice.
Here we are. This was our hideaway. Wasn't it, Torgal?
I'm getting childhood treehouse vibes. That's exactly what this is.
Coming here helped me to forget who I was. Or wasn't. Prince, shield. Son his mother could love. Had I been any one of those things? Perhaps. What is it, boy? This is all from the castle. And Phoenix Gate. Did you bring these here? My sparring sword.
The tutorial sword.
You never stopped looking for me, did you, boy? Thank you, Torgal. For never giving up. For never forgetting. Let's take this with us, shall we? So I don't forget either.
Oh, that's wonderful.
That's not the way back to the boat, Torgal.
Yeah, I know.
All right, all right. I'm coming.
Not even anything special.
I think I know where we're going.
Old treehouse. Come on, I gotta get a shot at this. Nah. Really been taking too much time taking screenshots. So one thing here. Notice we have a short sword on our left hip that we never use because we only ever use the broadsword on the back. Oh. Yeah, no, this is the picture I need.
People always talk about the importance of putting the past behind you. But without it, we wouldn't be who we are today. And we certainly couldn't steer our way to a better tomorrow. Come on, Torgal. Let's go home.
Quest complete. Oh, we leveled up? 47 now. Charred sparring sword. And Cavalli's fang. Oh, +1 increases Torgal's attack potency. Once again, this shouldn't be an accessory. It should just be a level up. It should be a boost. We have so many accessories that are never worth using. Oh, we're just back. Okay. I'm glad I went and got that chest first.
Sorry for the wait.
Oh, we can go back there.
We're ready.
Alright. Yes, destinations out there. I could fast travel or we could go there. I'd rather just go there. In which case... we fight these guys. I was just going for this. You sec to notice these guys. All out. It takes so long to charge that before it really starts going. Use up so much of the stagger bar. Oh! That's a gun! Okay, it took a bit of damage, but probably a better idea to do a bit of the smaller fights on our way. That way we can get some experience, some AP. like maybe at level 48, I'll take off the experience boost. Is what it says,
It's over.
Caution, brother.
He didn't care, apparently. Right, oil.
Needs oil. After what happened here, it's a miracle there was any left at all.
Oh shit, no, after a whole thing. Let's pet Torgal. How could we miss petting Torgal after Torgal's quest?
So big?
Lovely.
This should be enough.
Okay. In which case, where are we going next? Probably... I mean, there's no new quests in Waloon, yes? There's you that yeah. There's 3 things to collect here. These are 2 areas we didn't explore when we were here last because I knew a quest would bring me there. Be a bunch of battles with these. But yeah, let's do stuff that we can that we don't need to grab any new ones yet. Is nobody's tool, litany of errors, and an inconvenient truth, which I'm already tracking.
Doris is waiting for me near Balmung Dark. The longer she's out in the open, the more likely she is to be found by a Kashik. I need to hurry. All right.
Got it cornered.
Farewell.
There. I don't think we're going to be doing normal encounters.
There were no guards, I take it.
None manning the gates, no. It's a different story inside, though. The corridors are crawling with Akashic. Most likely guards left behind when the wardens ran. If Chadwick was being held here, I worry that he may already be.
Don't give up hope just yet, but let's move quickly. Let me check the ground floor. The ether's thickest there.
Then I'll search the upper level. Good luck, Sid. Stay safe.
Just how bad are the floods inside the walls? Bad enough to turn a bearer? I hope not. We're risking a lot just being here. Better keep my eyes open for signs of life.
Display, brother.
Balmung Dark, Writ of Designation. The Kingdom of Alud hereby designates this facility a prison for the detainment of bearers, both foreign and domestic. The purpose of this facility is to rear and train a Kuza beast for deployment in the field. The aforementioned purpose is a matter of strictest secrecy, and any mention thereof is to be punishable by death. Captive bearers have been provided solely for the perusal of the aforementioned purpose. Express permission is required for use of bearers in any other capacity.
So this place was no ordinary prison. And I doubt they'll have taken the creature with them when they fled.
Good go, but oh, hi, Josh.
It's over.
Recommendation concerning Kuza beast deployment. The Kuza has long been recognized as an especially aggressive species. This being the case, it was hoped that successful deployment on the battlefield might be a means of inflicting heavy casualties on the enemy. In exercises conducted thus far, however, the beast has proven incapable of distinguishing between allied and enemy combatants. As such, deployment alongside regular troops is not recommended. It is proposed instead that bearer captives be employed in order to draw the enemy focus, and the beast then driven into the fray in order to achieve maximum benefit with a minimal loss of eluder lives.
Minimal loss of Waluda lives. And what happens when they run out of bearers? Even the Imperials take better care of their branded than that.
Seriously. Memorandum on Kuzabi's feeding. Recent supply shortages left us with insufficient resources to feed the Kuza, entrusted to our care. Fortunately, the creature was observed to kill and consume the bearers assigned to fight beside it in a mock battle conducted as part of its training. The beast was further observed to enter a state of visible contentment upon feeding it in this way, suggesting that live bearers may even be its preferred source of sustenance. While this behavior appears unexpected, it is not unwelcome. Bears no longer of use for training purposes can now be repurposed as required. Good lord! These evil bastards!
They were feeding bearers to it. This is even worse than I'd feared.
Its contentment was that it had food, not that they were specifically bears.
Nothing but a Akashic down here. Hopefully things are looking better upstairs. I should go and see how Doris is getting on.
I thought they took him out already. Oh, that's actually a chest. That it just didn't pop up.
No luck downstairs.
I hate the music here.
But I did find out that this place was more than just a prison. Something far more sinister was happening here.
I know. I've been reading some of these documents and... it can't be true, can it? Bearers die every day in service of their masters, but this is so much worse. Pitting bearers against a wild beast armed with nothing but their wits? And all in order to bring about more death. And not just those who could fight, but the elderly, children even, and those who wouldn't or couldn't were disposed of. Whatever that means.
I'm afraid it means they were fed to the monstrosity they kept here.
Then we're too late. And I was a fool to bring you here.
Don't say that. Did you find anything else?
A key. But it doesn't fit any of the locks on this floor.
Perhaps it will fit one of the doors downstairs. There's a corridor I haven't searched yet. Finish up here, then come and find me when you're ready.
All right. I'll be there in a moment.
I think we're gonna fight that Kuza beast. Wait, hold on. Can I do this? Yes, I can. Perfect.
Let's see what we can find down here.
Unlock and push open. Ha 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 ha.
A survivor. And she sounds close.
Who are you?
There's no need to be afraid. Are you alone? Are there any other survivors?
Some of the guards. They're still here. But something's wrong with them.
Yeah, those aren't survivors.
Everyone else was eaten by the monster.
Of course there were.
Thank the Founder.
It was worth our coming. But I'd rather we didn't linger. Are you ready?
Ready when you are. You poor thing. You must have been terrified.
Did Chadwick send you?
What?
He fought the monster. Distracted it so I could run away. He must have sent you. He promised to free the others too. Where is he?
How long ago was this?
He opened your cell, didn't he? He wouldn't be here otherwise.
Chadwick.
Was that?
Monster's back! Chadwick, help!
We have to get out of here.
Doris, keep the girl safe.
All right. You put that bearer-eating bastard in the ground.
Damn right.
It's
Oh, there it
waiting
is.
For me. I can't let it live.
It's a behemoth.
Not if it's got
Sort
a
of.
taste for bearers.
Yeah, no, this thing. Really hope it didn't already eat Chadwick. I want him to be alive. I want a happy ending to this place. Where's that hole in the wall we saw? Here it is. That's a behemoth. Who's a beast? Survive the berserker.
The beast will wreak havoc if it ever leaves the prison. I can't let that happen.
Ah!
Too slow.
Oh, we ended up behind it.
Too slow. Say it again.
Shit! Fucking hate Comet! Go!
Let darkness fall!
Shit! Fuck!
Nice try. Too slow.
Oh, did he jump away? Fuck. We missed. One hell of a charge.
Too slow.
Oh, Jesus. Just whacking away at his face.
That's better.
That's looking. Oh shit, we got him? I didn't even realize he was that far down already. Nice. Behemoth Shackle, meteorite. A lot of cash.
Finally.
Sid, are you hurt?
I'm fine. I think.
No.
What is it?
A diary. I gave it to Chadwick before we went our separate ways. He was here. Do you think that creature?
I'm sure he fought bravely to the last. The girl is safe thanks to him.
Chadwick. You fool.
Come on. We have to get her back to the hideaway. We don't want his sacrifice to have been in vain.
No. Of course not. I'll see that she's looked after from now on. It's the least I can do.
Yeah, it's not entirely proof that he's dead. Oh shit, we're just back. I was intending to do some of the other stuff in the Lude first. Oh well.
From what I hear, you've barely left the girl's side in days. I hope she's recovering from her ordeal.
She is. Slowly but surely. She's far tougher than she looks. I thank the flames we found her. If we hadn't...
I know. But we did. I'm sorry we weren't able to save Chadwick.
There's no need to apologize. Without your help, I would never have found out what happened to him. How he fought to the bitter end to save her. To save Haida Marie. That's the man I remember. The man I thought of as a brother.
I wish I could have met him. I'd like to hear more about your past. If you don't mind, that is.
Of course. You already met my former master. She trained Chadwick and I to do two things. Kill and obey. We were supposed to be sold to the highest bidder when the time came. But no bid was ever high enough to convince her to part with us. For years, we were her daggers in the shadows. But we could never quite shake our doubts about the things she made us do. And then, one day, we just couldn't do them anymore. So we escaped. But staying together was out of the question. They would have found us too easily. After so many years of training, the pull to serve was always strong. It scared me to think he might have taken another master, become a dagger in someone else's hand.
But even in captivity, the battles he fought were his own. And he died not as someone's tool, but as a hero.
Haida Marie is proof of that. Bearers can cast off their shackles. And the Cursebreakers will show them how. I'll fight until my dying breath to see it done. For Chadwick, and for all of us.
Thank you, Doris. We'll be counting on you.
I figured we'd be going back to the hideaway ourselves to meet up with them, but I guess not. Oh, okay. So there's a few things. Oh yeah, I know. We'll check those out when... I wasn't planning on coming back here for a bit. But I will check this. Masterless Marauder. That's right. Oh, and the Kuza Beast. What do you know? I think this was actually pretty necessary. This one, not so much. We're still gonna do them. Like, this is going to be the last one we do. Still surprised. We're actually about to go fight this guy on our way to a different one. Oh.
Haida Marie has taken a liking to her new home. How her spirit survived Balmung Dark unbroken, I'll never know.
Let's restock our potions.
There's something
it's back to Waloed. I'll get her back in the party.
Still alive, are ya?
Oh, of course you have something about it. Here to say goodbyes, are you?
Ta-ra then.
Now, better come back. Fly up there and jag you on by your ear.
Thank you, Karen.
Didn't think you'd find the thought appealing. Look, just don't die, alright? Changing leadership's bad for business. Oh, you're off to kill a god. So what? Done everything else you put your mind to, haven't you?
You could do this too. Go on then.
You're off to kill a god. So what?
You're rubbing me blind, you know. You'll not find a better price than that. It'd better all be here. Is that all?
So yeah, that S rank that popped up, I think is right here. So yeah, I'm gonna hit that before we go to any of the other stuff, which means we may go and refill our stores after that. See, there he is. Oh, it's another behemoth. Great. Ready, guys? Behemoth King. Yes.
Another of the
More horse
guard dogs. Quite a specimen it is, too.
Ow! Oh, come on. That's what I was trying to do.
This should help. Too slow.
Okay. Ow! Not getting away from it this time. Down you go. No, 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 no! Not the maelstrom. Not the fucking maelstrom. Here we go.
Nice try.
Fire and ice. See what's going on here. Down you go.
Too slow.
Wait, did I miss? No! Oh, come on. That ruined my whole flow. Go. There we go. Man, why do you have the camera turn this way? Come on. There we go.
Nice try. Too slow.
Shit. There we go. That's a gun. Level 5.
There's a good boy.
Torgal just did his version of priming. No, 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 that's all my high potions. Fuck. Oh, motherfucker. Apocalypse. Great, what's that again, huh? Yeah, you can stop with your apocalypse now, please. Shit, 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 shit. Okay. Now you go down. Come on. Mother fucker.
Nice try. Too slow.
Oh no no. Shit! Fuck! Maybe I should have kept going with my enemy prime until then. No, that's not working.
Too slow. Nice try. Too slow. It's over.
Oh yeah! Woo! Oh shit, that's a lot. Shackle and Orichalcum.
No match for you, eh, Torgal?
Good boy. And now we just jump back to the hideaway to restock. And, just in case the other thing has a thing as well. Since we've been getting a lot of renown. The Patron's Whisper. There we go. Close enough. Oh.
How may I help you today, Clive?
The Roaring Hearth. Continental acclaim. If the drunken galley captain I shared a table with last night is to be believed, word of your exploits has made its way across the seas to the great continent. What is more, she claims that there are those who would see you flourish. Herself being one such woman.
All yours.
Genji gloves!
Best of luck out there, Sid.
That is incredibly necessary. Oh, I thought it was going to increase attack by 5%. No, it's increased damage dealt to enemies by 5%. Along with the Badge of Might? Very good. Without it? Still very good and better than the Badge of Might. Yeah, I think even with our attack going down a bit, that is going to seem incredibly useful. When we hit 48, I think I'll stop using this. Potions. Genji gloves. Accessories. Percentage boost. A percentage boost is always better than a flat number because it'll scale with whatever.
Aye, it's a
number
dangerous
actually
world
is.
out there. It'd better all be here. You'll not find a better price than that. You're rubbing me blind, you know.
And back to Elude. Interesting that we can summon. What? Oh, right. He has Warcry on. You're the caster. Again. Okay. All right, I still have the Berserker ring on. But I think we're about to go fight another Notorious Mark, so that's fine. How much AP do I have? Level this up.
The entire village looks abandoned. Now, which house would a bookworm live in?
Let's see here. There should be at least one chest. Didn't need that. Didn't need Oh, and that had a high potion. I should have waited. Royal Intelligencer Training Report. In the wake of the tragic fire at Cair Norvent in 873V, and the subsequent depletion of our most highly practiced intelligencers, all mainland strongholds were instructed to redouble training in clandestine maneuvers, improvised weaponry, and assassination techniques. Dispatch promising volunteers to Stone here for inspection. This report details progress made by the stronghold of Garnick in reinvigorating Waloed's ranks of esteemed intelligencers.
This is a Royal Army logbook. Did he take this from the local barracks?
Also, the intelligencers were led by Benedicta, Garuda. Aether Fultida, or Tail of Wyvern. Complete botany of Banes. White of flower and black of root, the latter of which gives out an inky gall when cut or crushed. The tribesmen of Northern Storm prick their skin with oaken needles soaked in such, drawing curious patterns about their arms and legs in honor of their heathen gods. The gall is passing intoxicate, that a single drop taken by mouth may result in cramps most painful for 5 days and 5 nights, or if applied to a wound, certain death. Should a slip of the needle end a young warrior's life, it is said that his skin print failed to find favor among the heavens.
His interests were certainly varied.
I think that's the means of branding bearers. The Folklorus Fabulary. The Moogle! No spirit or sprite appears more often in Valestian folktales than the humble Moogle. Though they are occasionally painted as mischievous souls akin to pixies or imps, most stories depict them as clumsy yet congenial spirits who delight in helping mankind with their daily labors. They are said to have sweet tooths, leading to the common superstition that one must not leave cakes or other sweetmeats uncovered overnight, lest naught remain but crumbs come morning. In appearance, they are described as being covered head to toe in soft white fur, excepting the small dark wings by which they are somehow able to take flight, and the brightly covered pom-poms that protrude from the tops of their heads. And yet, there is one detail regarding the Moogle that most find more remarkable than even the orb that tops its brow: the fact that the creatures actually exist. Preposterous, I hear you cry. Everybody knows that Moogles are the stuff of legend. I quite agree, but every legend has its basis in truth. And in the case of the Moogle, the fact may be not so dissimilar to the fiction. Ancient bestiaries list the white mole whose feet do not touch the ground among the beasts of the realm, and the illustration beside the name, why, it is none other than the Moogle. Of course, it is true that the creatures are not known to still survive in the Twins in the modern day. Perhaps their miniature wings carry them to other climes. Perhaps they were hunted to extinction. Or perhaps, just perhaps, they do still live among us, hidden away far from human view. No comment on that one, Clive? Not going to mention our friendly little Moogle back at the hideaway? Come on. From a distance, we found it. Chapter 16. The Fall of the Bearers. The emergence of the first magic adepts was widely heralded as a gift from the gods. Indeed, the title with which those with the gift came to be commonly known is most likely contraction of Bearer of the Heavenly Blessing, the wording used by the tribunes of the time. Those born with the blessing were lauded as living crystals, and granted high office and plentiful reward for their status as chosen ones. Over the years, this reverence for their kind would become a full-fledged religion led by the bearers themselves, a development that would prove fateful. The diverse nations of the time, they missed a letter there, were unanimous in their disapproval of the founding of the church. While the authorities had for years welcomed bearers into positions of power in their own structures of state, they were mistrusting of an organization led by bearers for bearers. Efforts were immediately made to chasten the church and its followers, banning members from holding office, evicting adherents from their homes, and breaking up meeting by force. The church responded by forming a volunteer army to resist this persecution, and yet it continued, creating a cycle of ever-increasing bloodshed and rancor, and a growing rift between those born with the blessing and those without. What began with beatings and street clashes would eventually spill over into an all-out war that consumed the greater part of the twins for nigh a generation and decimated the population of men and bearers both. The deluge of blood that stained the land crimson and left an even more lasting mark upon the minds of the Valstian people. After the bearers' last resistance was crushed, the nations of Alstea came together to sign the Continental Accord, that which indicated the system of slavery that persists across the realm to this day. Its well-known phrase, "bearers are other than human," has its roots in the bitter war of the years before, being the unblessed's only excuse for their calamitous refusal to allow the blessed to decide their own destinies.
This is it. But if what it says is true, I need to get this back to the hideaway.
Look out there in the distance. That's definitely a warlord, but it's far enough away that the frame rate is down. That's what I thought.
Leaving so soon, stranger?
Suspicious character.
We've been watching you.
Sure
From
you
a
have?
distance, so to speak.
Subtle. I know who you are.
Then we need not waste time on introductions. Hand me the book.
No.
Leave it in our care and return to your life.
Your care? Do you mean to burn it or bury it?
That is not my decision to make. But by one means or another, its contents shall be removed from the common record.
Then I'll have to politely refuse. I won't let you erase our history.
Then we find ourselves at an impasse. Very well. The book can just as easily be pried from your dead hand.
Right. Good luck with that. Not what I was expecting.
Let's see, shall we?
Come at me, bro! Don't mind a bit of damage. Woo. Oh, you know what? It's AoE! Oh,
nice try.
Missed my chance on that, huh? There we go. There we go. Almost did it wrong. Ooh. Already got his stagger down. Very good. Okay. I wasn't ready to stagger him again.
Too slow.
My strength is yours.
Not actually what I meant to do, but I'll take it. Yep. Enemy sling. Yeah, not what I was expecting, actually. I guess I have to clear this mission first, maybe? It's creepy.
Impressive. But we have other means. We shall claim the book yet.
Why do you want it so badly anyway?
It lays out in no uncertain terms the vanity and avarice of mankind. It tells the shameful history of the persecution and oppression of a gifted few by a giftless many. Would you say that this interpretation was correct?
I don't know.
You don't know. Your sword may be sharp, but your wits are dull. So let me answer for you. There is no correct interpretation of history. That a series of events took place may be proved beyond a doubt. But there can be no single, immutable explanation as to why they came to pass. It is a question of numbers and of belief. If enough people believe that a set of events occurred for a reason, that belief becomes the truth.
So you're trying to control the truth?
We are trying to protect people from themselves, from knowledge that would bring them naught but pain. That is all. You may keep the book, for now. The world is small. We shall meet again. Until then.
Wait.
And he's gone.
Damn it. Let's get this back to Vivian. Perhaps she can explain what that was all about.
Well then. I was expecting a Notorious Mark to be in there. But I guess it comes back if we go back to the hideaway and then come back. Go all the way over here and explore this whole area, which we didn't before. Oh, fuck! Thought there was more than just the two, but at least I got those. Meant to switch back to Ages of Warcraft, but first. A sprinter? Nope. There's gonna be any special fight. Fuck. Go.
This must be the orphanage. Hopefully the registry is still here.
Oh, I guess I was supposed to go around. I just jumped up. I should check the other buildings first, but Conservatory Writ of Incorporation. The Kingdom of Elude hereby incorporates its institution wherein juvenile bearers are to be granted the opportunity to give themselves in service to the Sadist soldiers. Trainees succumbing to the crystal's curse or otherwise perishing are to be disposed of with all haste. The graveyard is strictly reserved for the uncursed. Bearer disposal within its bounds is punishable by death.
Disposed of.
Conditioning schedule. Today's exercise will consist of the press yard, 20 sandbags for such duration as instructors shall dictate. The furnace, burn intensity to be gradually increased. Live combat, 1 to 3 hellhounds depending on performance.
Conditioning. This is nothing short of torture. Herman wasn't exaggerating. It's a wonder he survived this place. I need to find that registry.
I didn't see anything else to interact with. We saw that. Middle of an ether flood. Might as well. Ah. Hand of Enceladus. Trial by darkness. So I looked up what those get me. Each one gives a specific to that icon accessory. And as I have been saying quite often, I will never use those accessories. They should not have been made as accessories in the first place. Where I thought I was going. Oh, I have eye potion. The rest of the graveyard. Torgal makes these odd noises when we're... Oh, hello. That wasn't interactable before. I've recently learned that my own daughter was among the children turned to stone by the brutal training I subjected them to. I had not so much of thought of her since handing her over to the authorities as a babe, but inquiries with the military confirmed it. It was her. I had been torturing my own flesh and blood. And now I see her everywhere. Today, one of the children smiled at me in the hope of receiving a few scraps from my table. It was her smile. A smile she inherited from her mother. The mother I killed for giving birth to a bearer. Their ghosts have all come back to haunt me. My daughters, my wife's. All of them. All those children. So many died at my hand. I can bear the guilt. And so I have decided. Tomorrow, I too must die. It will be the last order I give those poor wretches. The last torment I subject them to. I will command them to tear me limb from limb, and inter my accursed corpse beneath the white tree whose crooked hands reach to the sky in supplication. And beside me, my shame, my curse, the record of all their names, all those I have wronged.
This reads like a suicide note. Did the director go through with his plan? There's only one way to find out.
Absolutely a suicide. And oh, all the way up here. I thought it was going to be the one grave.
A forked white tree. This must be the place. Could he really be buried here? There's something hidden among the roots. Let's see. This must be the registry.
Badbuck Conservatory Registry of Bearer Losses. Hans, 10 years old, lithification. Alfred, 9 years old, succumbed to conditioning. Franz, 12 years old, lithification. Paulina, 10 years old, emaciation. Bruno, 11 years old, disciplined for attempted flight. Johanna, 12 years old, also disciplined for attempted flight. Reinhard, 9 years old, succumbed to conditioning. Marta, 10 years old, succumbed to conditioning. Lothar, 12 years old, lithification. Dietrich, 11 years old, emaciation. And nothing on the last day. Or it's just saying it goes on and on. Also, lithification means it was the bearer's curse. They turned to stone at 12 years old. They really forced them.
So many names. This place was a slaughterhouse. But where is the architect of all this misery?
Okay.
It was only a matter of time, I suppose. This place is cursed. It's over. Nice try.
It's again.
Nice try.
Yep.
Nice try. I'm done here. Let's get the registry back to Herman.
Okay. Like I said, there's a hunt here, but we don't have it yet. I don't think we're going to go back to the hideaway until we've finished all the stuff we originally got there. Unless it brings us back. Northreach, on the other hand, we have something to do here for trial and error. And then, under new management too. But it's about time to be done. So we're going to go here. Do a bit of shopping. And then be done. I didn't use any in those fights. I only seem to use them in the big...
Nazaire might at least have mentioned where in Northreach he'd be testing this recruit.
Do you see anything you like?
Grab that.
You've a keen eye. Come back again.
Yeah, he's right over there. Is it automatically going to track 3 of them? I only really want to track 1. Yeah, it automatically tracks 3. I don't know if that would have affected the selling that I just did. It's too late now, but still. Right. Side quest to get through. Before we head toward the end. Side quests and notorious hunts. And I think once we reach the next level, I'm going to take off the XP bonus items so I can at least have more items there. I'll probably just have the Berserker ring and the Genji gloves on and then switch the last one between AP and guild depending on what I'm doing. Alright. Let's see who's online. Oh, that is much fewer options than I was expecting. What are you doing? Sure. I can't tell if anyone is there. Yeah, I'm gonna send you to Lanny Pator. Playing some Pikmin 4. Lanny Pator, Pikmin 4. Alright, well. Until next time, this is the Pirate King, signing off. Have a good night.